Give it up for Wilfred. Come on. So I finally did see the Oppenheimer movie. As a straight white old guy, I figured I had to, you know. I really liked it, in fact, I did. I enjoyed it a lot. It won't be for everybody, though. Some people won't like it. Some people will come to you later and say, I felt like I was sitting there all day and nothing happened. And they might have a point, but I did. I liked it. I didn't understand this one criticism. I keep hearing of it, though. But it's just all this feminist propaganda. It's just trying to convince us that we don't need men. And it's trying to make all the straight men gay and all the gay men trans. I just don't understand why people say that about it. It is very long. My main takeaway I want you all to take from that, it's a super long movie. Like if you're drinking a soda while you watch it, you might need to pee with like 45 minutes to go in that movie. And you think it's almost over. It even at the end has a few head fakes for you. Like, oh, it's over. I can get up and go pee. No, it's not over yet. Is it over? And then it's a poignant ending, but I mean, I'm not trying to say that me not peeing on myself was like equivalent self-control to the people who created the atom bomb, but it might be comparable. It might be. There were other people there who were there to see the Barbie movie. I went to the movies by myself, again, a straight white old guy thing to do, a swab. You might hear us referred to as swabs. But yeah, these women who were going to see the Barbie movie, not going by themselves. They were going in these groups. They all had blankets for some reason. I don't know what the blankets were for. But they're all walking in together, carrying their blankets. And as I'm looking at it, I'm thinking they're probably going to see the Barbie movie. And I don't know if they noticed me at all, but if they did, they probably looked at me and said, oh, it's a swab by himself. He's probably going to see the Barbenheimer movie. Which I was, so they were right, so it's fine. I'm going to see the Barbie movie eventually. That's going to be my Barbenheimer. I didn't see them both on opening weekend. I'll just see them both eventually, you know. But when I go, I'm bringing a blanket. I don't know what it's for, but when I get to that point in the movie where you're supposed to have a blanket, I'm not going to be just, you know, sitting there like some blanketless loser. As if I didn't know you were supposed to bring a blanket to this movie. I'm going to be ready. You ever do a lot of shopping in a short amount of time, like in one day or one weekend? You know what we call that? We call it a shopping spree. And it just sounds like fun when you use the word spree, right? Like there's a candy that's called a spree. It's just a spree. It's like you should have a little giggle in your voice when you say it. You know, it was a shopping spree. And there's only one other thing that you do, or that anybody does really, that, you know, that we use the word spree for. Like you might go on a shopping spree. Or some psychopath might murder a bunch of people, and we call that a killing spree. So those are the only two things that are so much fun that we call it a spree. Shopping and killing. I've been talking a lot about movies, and I'm usually careful not to spoil a movie, not to give anything, you know, not to ruin it for anybody. Except one movie, which is Gran Torino. Anybody here familiar with Gran Torino? Have you seen it? Yeah. If you haven't seen it, I'm gonna go ahead and spoil it, and you just don't need to bother seeing it. There's really just this one scene where Clint Eastwood is on the phone with his son, and they're trying to demonstrate for you in the scene how they don't really connect. You know, they're not the same kind of people. So they're talking on the phone, and his son says, good morning, and Clint Eastwood is, morning, it's like 1:30. And that's the only funny part of the whole movie. So you don't even need to see it. I told you the one funny part. A lot of people love that movie. I mean, you know, like I say, some movies you like, other people don't. Some people like other movies you don't. Like, I can't stand Forrest Gump. I just think it needs to make up its mind about what movie it wants to be. Like, people are always telling me that I should see it again, too. Like, oh, watch it with me. That's my favorite, is people who want me to watch. Like, they don't even trust me to watch it again. They're just like, oh, I want to watch and make sure you're really watching it. So I'll be watching it, and they'll be sitting there, you know, next to me watching it also. And we'll get to the parts that are supposed to be funny in Forrest Gump, which is always Forrest Gump getting humiliated, right? Which is fine. If you think that's funny, okay. But they'll be cracking up at this part where Forrest Gump is getting humiliated. And then like 1 minute later, there's some part that's supposed to be sad. And they're like, oh, why is life so unfair to poor Forrest? You were just laughing at him. Don't try to pretend you're on his side now. I just want some consistency. That's all I'm asking for. Thanks a lot, everybody.
That was our last guy. Thank you all for coming out. Please come back next Monday. And if you have a tab